What's up, guys? In this video, we're actually going to get started with doing stuff on our computer. So to get started, what we need is something called Xcode. And to get Xcode, if you guys don't already have it installed, you just need to open the App Store, go over here on the right side, and just search Xcode in this bar. It should show up. And if you have ever downloaded an app before, well, I'm assuming most of you have, all you do is click the button right here. Mine says open. Yours will say get. And you just need to kind of install Xcode on your computer. So after you have Xcode installed, open it up, and this is what you should see. So you have a few different options to start here. What we're going to do is we're going to create a new Xcode project. And it's going to bring up this screen we have right here. So what it's doing is it's giving us a few different options for templates for our code. So it's just all the starter kind of boilerplate code that we would have to write anyways. But this just gets us up and running quicker with any kind of with different types of particular apps. What we're going to do is we're going to select game. We don't have to worry about any of these other options over here. Just be sure you're on iOS application, click game, hit next, and we should be good to go. So for our product name, this is just going to be the name of the game. So I'm just going to call it Neo Ninja. You guys can call it whatever you want. I thought Neo Ninja sounded kind of cool, so that's what I did. And organization name is generally the company name. I'm going to put in CrashCourseCode. For the organization identifier, it's kind of this backwards URL syntax they have going on. So you do com.neoninja or com.whatever your product's ultimate name of the game is going to be. This creates our bundle identifier. The bundle identifier is something we'll talk more about when we actually publish the app to the App Store. For our language here, we want to do Swift. Now, Objective-C is kind of the previous language that Apple advocated for use on all of their products, and it's still very relevant today. Swift is just kind of like the newer programming language that Apple wants to kind of move forward into. Swift and Objective-C can be cross-compatible, so there's no worry there. But just hit Swift. For game technology, we want to hit SpriteKit, and devices iPhone. So hit next here, and this should get us set up with a basic game template. So when you first kind of get into Xcode and have your first project created, you're going to come on this menu of all these different options and settings and what have you. I remember the first time I opened Xcode, I saw this and was like overwhelmed immediately. Don't even worry about it, because literally 99% of the time you're not going to have to worry about any of these settings. I've only had to worry about them when I had particular bugs in my code before. So don't worry too much about that. So just kind of for a basic overview of Xcode, like kind of the navigation around it, you have this main area right here in the center, and then on the left you have the project navigator. So if I click on, say, gamescene.swift, you're going to notice that the content area changes. This is just all the code that is contained within the gamescene.swift file. So you can kind of click around and see all the code in the various files. On the right side, we have the kind of properties panel. So say if you click on main.storyboard, and then you click on this little square game view controller thing right here, you're going to notice that it's going to show up with all these different properties. We're not actually going to use that right property panel too much, but it's probably good just to kind of give you a basic overview of it. If we go up to the top right here, actually let's open up gamescene.swift in our main content area first. As long as it doesn't freeze on me. Okay, sweet. Now if we go to the top here, you're going to notice we have these three different options. We're currently on the standard editor option. If you click over here to the assistant editor, what this is going to do is just going to split your content area into two so you can compare files side by side. So if I hold down the option key and I click on game view controller, that's going to change the second window right here. Then if I just normally click on, say, appdelegate.swift, you can see that you can kind of compare two files side by side. That's really useful when you're programming. For now, let's just go back to the standard editor. Do not even worry about this kind of third button here. because we're not going to be using it at all in this tutorial series. For these three, these are just ways to hide or show the different areas of navigation. So I can hide the Project Navigator properties panel, and I can also show this kind of console window down here. We'll work with this more in future videos, but basically what this does is it allows you to print output kind of to this thing so we can see what's going on within our game as it's running. The end user never actually sees anything that's printed to the console, but we'll go over more about printed to the console and all of that in future videos. So last but not least, let's just go to the top left here. We have the play button. What this does is it compiles our code and runs it. We have the project name, and right here we have kind of ways we can change the iOS simulator. So if I click on the iPhone 5S and I hit run, this is basically going to run our code in a little simulator, a little box on our screen that's going to represent the iPhone 5S. So pretty useful. It means you don't have to always be connected to have your iPhone connected and compiling on your iPhone, like your physical iPhone. I also find the iOS simulator is just faster in compile times in general. But yeah, so this is basically all the boilerplate code that's in here. This is what it creates, and all that jazz. So that's just going to be, that was the quick intro to the Xcode navigation, and I'll see you guys in future videos.